Hello, everyone. It's been a long time since I've gone live through StreamYard. So I'm excited. As a matter of fact, let me go and make sure that I set up the live in Instagram as well, because we are going live not only from Facebook, but we are in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I am DF Russell checking in, guys. It has been a phenomenally busy day, right? But I find it so interesting. I wanted to talk about this with you all because I do find it quite interesting that there's such a large gap between people who go after linear income versus people who go after residual income. Wait a minute, let me make sure that although I'm live on Facebook, I want to make sure that it's public and not just from, I don't want it just for my friends. I want the public to be able to chime in and see. Hey, I see y'all out there. I see you coming on in. Those of you who are in business with me already, if you'd like to be in the studio with me, let me know. And I'll invite you on in so that we can make this conversational. I think it's such a valid conversation, and I don't want to have it alone. I want to have it with people who understand the difference between linear income and residual income, and not only understanding the difference, but living the difference, right? Experiencing the difference. And I think that's what's most exciting for me, you all. So let me tell you a little bit about my day today. I have the pleasure of waking up when I'm done sleeping. Okay. Some people don't really understand the value and are not reading between the lines when I say waking up when I'm done sleeping. I know there have been many years where I had to wake up because the snooze button said it's time to get up and get to work. And we hustle and we bustle. And those of you who are with me in Wisconsin, you know it gets more and more difficult to get up early or on time as it gets colder. And it's extremely cold right now in Wisconsin. And so I'm fortunate and blessed in this moment to not have to get out of the house because the snooze button says it's time to get out of the house, but I can actually get up when I'm done sleeping. But how many of you know when your body is so used to being up early for years, it's very easy. Oh, April, it's very easy for you to keep doing that. April Bates, I need Brandon ASAP. So many people out there, some of you may be on my live today. What's up, Sierra? Hey, Monica. Some of you are on my live because I did a live this morning, and I was talking about employment, how I am working closely on a project assisting individuals with getting hired ASAP in jobs. And when I tell you, I probably got 100 inquiries today for the job posting. So today while I was up there, I do contractual work up there a couple hours a day in the morning. And April, they specifically asked me about Brandon because I sent Brandon a couple weeks ago. And literally there's a job that was paying $18 to $20 an hour that they had for him. And so I need you to tell him to call me today, get back with me today so we can see if that hiring manager still has that position open for him. But that's a part of my conversation today, you guys. April Bates understands this wholeheartedly. She is one of my business partners. Shout out, April. She's one of my business partners who understands the power of residual income. Most people don't understand that. I want to say, hey, Melissa, I want to say that it wasn't until I became a professional network marketer that I understand the value of residual income. Now, you all know I was a school principal for many years. I was a principal much longer than I was a teacher. I was a teacher for maybe 3 years. I was a principal for about 17 years. Okay, April, hey, get them on the Zoom tonight. It's Thursday night. Yes, April, Thursday, every Thursday, we're doing the presentation, myself and director Carmen Ray. So we're on tonight at 7 p.m. Please, if they're ready, they don't have to wait until 7 o'clock. Get them in now. That's what we're talking about, April. People who understand the power of having a business. Sierra, let me pour something into you because I saw your post a while ago about the business that you have. Stop sleeping on that. It sounds like people have already told you that and you hear them because you said, okay, I got to get back into it. Don't sleep on the power of the gift that you have in business, okay? Because so many people, he said, we are programmed. It's like we were designed for greatness, but programmed. How does it go? Program. I don't want to. I won't quote it because I might misquote it. But we're designed to do so much more. But people have put in our mindset that we have to work for somebody else. Now, again, one of my business partners, Jackie Delane, who is a very wise woman and much more experienced than me. Hey, Tina Mans. We can appreciate the fact that we had jobs that helped us get. I get it, Sierra. I understand. We've had jobs that have helped us get to where we are and to where, that has allowed us to live the life that we've designed, right? Or that God has designed for us. And I used to think that the goal was to make six figures. Y'all, I made six figures. I was a principal at age 29. So like when I see people in principal positions now, I've done that. I know the successes, I know the trials, I know the victories, I know the challenges. Man, you talk about a roller coaster, and it takes a special person to be able to do it and do it well. I was that person who did it and did it well. But when I tell you all what I thought was success was hitting that six-figure income mark. And when I tell you, I am forever grateful to God for the journey that I was on, because see, I was a teacher again just for a few years, but I was a principal much longer than that. Principal at 29 all the way up to age 44, 2 years ago. And I thought that was it. I thought that was like the goal to hit principalship and to hit six figures. I thought that was it. That's what we live for, right? That's why people go to school. That's why people do well on jobs so that they can get promoted, all of that. And there's nothing wrong with it. But all I'm saying is don't settle and get comfortable there, because there will come a time where you tick off someone like I did. I ticked off my boss. She let me go. Y'all, that was six figures snatched from my house just like that. But how many of you know what's in you, people can't take from you? So see, I always say this, if you've heard me say it before, oh, well, it's my testimony. It's my truth. The principal position didn't make me. I made the principal position. When I was Miss Fields in St. Louis, when I was Miss Fields in Chicago, when I was Miss Fields Russell, when I came back home and was principalship. And no matter how much success I had in that role at the time, as long as it benefits the people that you are working for, per se, not the children, but the bosses that you're working for, as long as you make them look good, it's all good. But as soon as you speak up for yourself, and you challenge people, things change. And the crazy thing is, what our problem is, we as the people, we rely so heavily on the job security and the income that comes from the job that you forget what you have in you already. And what you have in you, nobody can take that. If I move to Indiana, if I move to Kansas, if I move to Kentucky, if I move to California, if I move to Florida, if I move to North Dakota or South Dakota, I can go and get a principal job anywhere. If I wanted to get back into a principal role here in Milwaukee, I could. But the difference is now, see, we're supposed to get wiser as we get older. And some people just get older. Some people just get older. And I find it, I laugh, but it's really not funny. It's really sad that some people get older, but they don't get wiser. And in my belief at this point, all of what I have been able to accomplish and all that God has been able to give me over the years, you better believe I know I can go in and turn any school around today. Right, Grace? I see you. Grace is one of my former parents. She knows I can go turn the school around today. But the thing is, I think I just want to continue to use the gifts and the skills and the talent that God has given me and allowed me to use in schools, and make sure that I'm putting all of that into my businesses right now. So let me tell you how my day went today, because a lot of you call me and inbox me and ask me, how are you doing what you do? And what do you do? I know you want to know. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also a consultant. And as a consultant, I can I send my business proposal, or people might write something and I put a proposal together. I know Riri. Riri, who are you? Which Riri are you? That's a nickname. I'm just cleaning off my camera. Riri, you said Caritas hasn't been the same, huh? I hear that all the time. Y'all, and for those of you who don't know what Riri is referring to, Caritas is the school that I led. And when I say led, put that in all caps. Okay, hey, thank you, Riri. That's the school that I led, the Hope School that I led. And ever since I left, I hear that all the time from, hey, Wani, I see you. If you want to come in the studio, turn your camera on. If not, I see you out there. I used to get so many, and I still get calls and texts and inboxes and all of that from parents and families who are still at Hope Caritas, and they say the same thing, that it hasn't been the same. And you know why? Because until you get people in position in schools who, number one, truly understand urban education, there's a difference. You got to understand the plight of urban education, and you got to be prepared for it. It comes with a certain level of professionalism and a certain level of crazy or no nonsense. Let's put it that way. And I had that. I know leadership. If you all could see my home office and my desk here, my corner office desk here, I have a whole shelf that's filled with nothing but John Maxwell books. John Maxwell is the leadership expert, world renowned, okay? And that's who I follow when it comes to leadership expertise. And so there are people who want to become leaders and be in leadership roles, but they have no clue on what it means to lead. And see, I was a very mature young person, because most people I hung around were older than me. I don't hang around a lot of people my age because the maturity level isn't there. And when I say I'm grown, I've been leading school since I was 29 years old. I was a lead teacher at 26, I believe, something like that. And so a lot of times I was leading people who were older than I was. So I had to learn how to lead and take punches and take this and take that for years. But I ain't even trying to go into all of that. My point is, we end up working so hard to get to a certain level, and we get there. Like, as I'm unpacking, getting settled in our new place that I absolutely love, I came across the box that has me and my husband's degrees in them, nicely framed and all. And I always put them up by in the home office as a reminder to us that there are so many gifts that we have. My husband is an assistant principal now. And I remember when he was going through his program, we were going through that program together, because I read every last one of his papers. We went through the edits. We went through this. I challenged him on this. Think about this, babe. When you go in, you're going to have to, we did all of that. But when I tell you, I'm not missing that role. And the crazy thing is, we work so hard to get to that position and earn that six-figure income, that six-figure salary, only to be who you are to the wrong person, and they let you go. They take that linear income from you. And that's what I think I put in my description about what I wanted to discuss today. Is linear income is when you are trading your hours for dollars. You can't get paid if you don't go to work. And after you use those 5 sick days and personal days together, now every time you take off, even if you're salary, your check is short. That's linear income. See, residual income is what you get when you are a professional network marketer, which is what I am. And you get paid for something that you do one time. See, Waniata Carter Foster, she's in the studio here with me, and she says, she knows that although I didn't bring her in to the business, I get paid every single month because she's in the business. And isn't it something like, would you prefer to be paid? I want y'all to put this in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Would you prefer to be paid? What's up, Raven? Would you prefer to be paid on, would you prefer to be paid 1% of 100 people's efforts or 100% of your own efforts? I want you to think about that. Would you rather get 100% of your own efforts or 1% of 100 people's efforts? Okay. You just think about it. Even if you don't know how to answer it in the chat, just think about that. Every time you refer somebody to something, you don't get paid for it, do you? See, even if you have a referral program at your job where they say, oh, we'll pay you $25 for everybody you refer here. Everybody excited. Oh, I referred 4 people this month. I'm getting $100 extra on my check. But every time they get paid, you don't get 50% of their check, right? In my business, I do. And that's what I want y'all to understand. So when y'all asking questions like, how you always on a trip? You always on a cruise? You in the furniture store today shopping for new furniture? Yes, because I work remotely. I work from home. I work from wherever I am. If I'm at Longhorn, I can work my business. When I'm on that Royal Caribbean ship, I work my business. Let me bring my girl in the studio, Waniata Carter Foster, St. Louis. Hey, doll.
Hello, can you see me okay, Coach?
I surely can. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Honey, when I say I don't know if I could be more happy right now, let's just say that. The sun is going down here in Milwaukee. It's cold as I don't know what. But when I say I'm so warm and happy and cozy in our new place, and just to know the freedom that I had today, Wani, I keep trying to get into how my day went, but I'm just talking about other things because it's so much to be able to share with the people. And I want them to know we're going to invite them to be our guests tonight on our Zoom at 7. So in case they want to understand how we make a living while living, we don't want them to miss that. Wani, talk to the people about you and your business and why you love what we do so much. Tell the people.
Can I just start with recently? I'm just going to give this quick testimony because let me tell you, I was in the hospital last month, in the beginning of the month, due to some health issues. And to know that even though I was in the hospital, I still got a check, DL.
They don't get it. They don't get it.
I still got a check. That was my and you know my husband he's starting to understand the business. That he understands it really now, DF Russell. He was like, hey, you got some money in the account. I was like, yeah. So to know that I was laid up in the hospital, I was in a lot of pain, and I still got paid their residual income still came on the 10th of November and was able to help my husband with some things that he needed to take care of concerning my health. So back to you, DF.
See, come on. Listen, I had Carmen Ray. I'm sending her a message telling her to come on here because those are the types of stories we like telling. Now, did y'all hear what she said? See, some of you all, you can't afford to get sick. You can't afford to get sick. Let me tell you why. Because the job is going to remind you that you don't have any sick days left. And they aren't going to pay you for the time that you're out. See, as a professional network marketer, this is what we do. we work. You all see us on Zooms. You see us in conversations. You see us passing out business cards. You see us being a product of our product because we're in the travel industry. So that's my work. I don't have to wait for vacation to be able to go to the beach and get paid at the same time. I don't have to do it. It's my work. Come on, Miss Brenda Avant. Miss Brenda Avant sitting there. That's South Carolina represented. We're all business partners. Guys, we were on the call this morning at what, 6 a.m. Central? 6 a.m. getting our day together, getting our day going. And that's what I want to talk about, how we have the luxury of working our business and being paid like regular employees, but we're the employer. How does that feel, Miss Brenda? Talk to the people with their beautiful kitchen. Talk to the people.
I tell you, it's nothing like being your own boss. Not having to ask permission to go check on your child at school. Not have to ask permission to go check on your wellness at your doctor's office. Not making up the time because they needed you so desperately. But when you die, your job is replaced before your funeral.
Ooh.
What's wrong with that picture?
She was preaching for a minute, y'all. She had to pull back because it's so easy for us to get into that preaching mode. It is. It is, but it's because we know. I see we have Jacqueline Ward in here. She's still watching. John is watching. G Montasia and Shayla. Listen, you all of the women that you see on here right now, we've all been in that professional space. We've all worked our way up the corporate ladder until we got into that leadership role. Nice salary, nice benefits, great, but great headaches. Great headaches, great stomach aches. Hey, Jackie Ward. And now all we're doing is taking all of those skills that we use in somebody else's organization, and now we're putting them into play in our organization. So let me tell you how the average day goes for me. And I want you all to understand something, because Wanda, you talked about payday today. Did you get paid today? See, when we talk about payday on
yes, I did. Yes.
We get paid. Let me explain to the people. We get paid. When you get started with us, you have the opportunity to earn up to 8 checks a month if you want it. Now, not everybody wants it. I did. And so that's exactly what I get. 8 checks per month. I get paid on the 1st of the month. Already got paid. The 10th of the month. What's today? The 5th. I got 5 more days before that one comes. The 1st Thursday, 2nd Thursday, 3rd Thursday, 4th Thursday, the 15th, and the last day of the month. So that's why when you see me going, I'm trying to build my business. I'm trying to expand into new markets, but I'm also going to have fun living my product, being a product of the product, y'all. And I just want you all to understand that there are options out here that you want to take advantage of. Now, if you have children or grandchildren, I'm sure you spoil them, whether you want to or not, whether you mean to or not. And Ms. Brenda, I want you to talk about your grand queens. Because see, the way I love on my nephews, it used to be where I would spoil them by taking them to Walmart to get a toy. Sending Cash App to them so they can get a game. But you know why? Because they do well in school. But now we've even scaled up to where it's time for them to go on their next cruise, right? We want to show them experiences. We want to show them, see, my nephews can probably do the Zoom presentation for me. You all know that. That's how many times they've heard it. Because when they're 18, I'm putting them in the business. If anybody who's listening to us, if you have children, grandchildren, a spouse, parents, anybody who counts on you for their financial support, you need to be our guest tonight at 7 p.m. so you can hear how we're making this residual income work for us. Ms. Brenda, talk about why you do this for the grand queens that you have.
Oh my God. My queens are 5 and 11. And I got a chance to talk to them yesterday. The littlest one has joined the travel club at her school. He's learning about the countries of the world through the alphabet. My 11-year-old is building robots. They're smart, they're talented, and they miss me more than you can imagine. But what they don't know, that G-Mom is going to be there from the 14th to the 31st of January for them.
Wow.
Yes, I have a business event going on while I'm there, and they don't know it.
Yes.
They don't know that I'm going to be there, but I had to tell Dad because he might have taken the little one away for her birthday. But
Yes.
it's just the opportunity to just love on them, have them feed their love into me. I'm going to show up at school and they're not going to know I'm coming. And I'm taking them out of school and they're going to cling to me until my flight leaves on the 31st. So that's why I got to go early so I can handle business.
Right.
But that's what it's about. It's giving back to these babies because they are the future. These children are not just playing with Tinker Toys and blocks. They're actually building the future. An 11-year-old building robots, a 5-year-old learning the world of travel. I'm so proud of them.
As you should be. As you should be. And guys, that's why, just to hear the joy, I don't know why, but for a minute I felt teary-eyed, like, how sweet, right? Because if you don't have the time freedom that you need and the personal freedom that you need to be able to go and spend time with your loved ones, you better reevaluate what it is you do every day, because you'll learn quickly that it doesn't matter how good you are. Listen, call it what you want, but I know what kind of principal I was at every school. And I have staff members who can attest, family members who can attest, students who can attest. It doesn't matter, though, how good I was as a principal. When the people above you are ready for you to go, they know how to get you out of there. And you just have to remember that there are times that you've put in so many hours at work. You went in early. You worked your butt off from the time you got there until the time you left, maybe the last person leaving. I remember leaving my building, it's just me in the building, where principals will call upstairs like, hey, Ms. Fields, I'm leaving. You're the only one in the building. Like, that's the type of dedication I had. And you can give all of that. You know how many times you've missed out on going on field trips with your children, going to parent-teacher conferences, going to the daytime programs. I'm so happy now that I didn't have to wait until I was in my 70s, 80s, or whatever. I'm in my 40s. And if my nephews need me at that school, guess what? I'm at that school. I pick them up a couple days a week. I need them to see me get out the car and walk up to the door and wait for them. Things like that. It's the personal freedom for me. And see, that's what happened today, Wani. After we did Power Hour this morning, after I listened to my inspirational morning vitamin, after I talked with you all this morning on Power Hour, I got in that shower, I got ready, I drove myself down the street, got my breakfast on the go, went to the church where I have a contract in helping GED students get in. I was there for all of an hour, hour and a half, because then after that, I went downstairs and I'm helping people with employment needs. I went live from there and have over 100 people contacting me today. Some of them are probably on here right now. Shayla, Jamontasia, maybe you all saw my live earlier. But see, that's just one. Those are just a couple things I do on my own schedule. Y'all know by 10:30, I was back in my car. Guess where I went? To the furniture store because I need a new couch. And I saw a matching ottoman and a matching swivel chair that I want for my living room. You see what I mean? And if I would have went live, Wani, I would have did a video, but I was on the phone talking, having a GPS with a business partner on the go. See that they got to catch me. You got to catch me like that because I ain't always at the desk. My point is, though, I was thinking about the gratitude, how grateful I am to be able to have that type of freedom. And so many people out here, y'all need this type of freedom, but you don't know how to get it. We're here to tell you it's a way to get it. It's a way to get it. And we'll tell you about it. We'll tell you about all the money that you keep spending going through the drive-through, every day going to get whatever you need to get for lunch. We spending money going out to eat, getting our hair done, getting new shoes, all of that. All that's fine. But all we're saying is just take a little bit of that and make the investment for you and your children and start a business that will afford you opportunities that you never knew existed. Wani was laying in the hospital last month, but still got paid.
Yeah.
I was out of town for 10 days and still got paid. I'm going out of town again in about 8 days. And guess what? I'm going to
You're
still
gonna
get
get paid.
Get
Still
paid.
get paid. Go ahead,
That's
Wani.
not plan B when your plan A is funky.
Say it again.
You gotta have a Warren Buffett. You have to invest on a second source. You're that second source. You got to believe in yourself enough to invest in yourself, put the work in to receive the rewards.
And that's the issue. Wani,
Yeah.
what were you about to say?
I was just going to piggyback. I used to be a HR director, and I worked for a particular district, and I also worked for education. So, and also they would send me in the DF, direct DF, and Miss Brenda. They was, before I even get up in the morning, they texted me who's gonna be laid off today.
Ooh. Texting you how they about to change somebody's life.
Yes.
And here we are trying to help them change their lives in a different way.
In
But
a different
there are HR people waiting to change your life. Go ahead, Wani. I'm sorry.
And it used to be, and it won't be just no one or two people. It's a district of people that I am letting go, or I have to do performance reviews on. You know about this, Coach? You was a principal. You know, they will send me stuff like this every day before I even wake up, got the bed good. They sending me who needs to a performance review training, what people was going to be let go for that day or for that week, a whole, and I had to call them in the office. They didn't do it, I did it. And I always, and I hear Lanisha used to say this all the time too. I hope they got something different. Please let them have something different. And it was a reality check for me, because guess what? They even let me go. So
if they can let the principal go, and I was the best principal in the whole Hope Network. Our school, call it what you want, but our school spoke for itself. The numbers, the scores spoke for themselves. When they can let the leaders go because of a personal issue, listen, I knew that was my never again moment. Never again will I work as hard for somebody else more than I'm going to work for myself. Never again. And that's what I want the people who are out here watching, whether you're on live. Hey, Maxine, I want you back. I want you on my Zoom tonight at 7 p.m. I want y'all to put in the chat, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are, if you know you need an additional source of income. You don't have to quit your job, but you know you could use some more money. Your family would agree. Your children would agree. They want you to bring some more money in. I want you to put in the chat, that would be me. Put that in the chat, because we want to be able to go back and invite you to hear and see why we're so excited about the things that we do. You'll be able to see that tonight, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Central. Maxine, you still have your seat. I want you back. I want you, because see, when you started with me in the beginning, I was still learning the business myself. When I tell you 7 years in, can't nobody tell me anything about my business. See, I knew I wasn't going to quit, especially once I got the hang of it. And the fact that even after I got let go, y'all, I don't care how many times you hear me share this testimony, is mine. It's my testimony. And I need y'all to understand how, like, we literally are saved by our testimony, really, right? And it's going to help somebody else to know that you can snatch that 6-figure income from me so unexpectedly. And while people sat waiting to see if I'm a fall, Lord knows, I know I had an audience of people waiting. I didn't because I already had this business. I was already working my business. And there are so many people, it's such a shame. You have this business right in your lap and you won't work it. And what happens is, as soon as you get let go from a job, as soon as the job starts changing, starts shifting, they start talking about taking benefits, all of this, then you scurry like, oh, I need to work my business, work it now. Don't wait. You heard Miss Brenda say, y'all, it ain't about just having a plan B. Nowadays, you need a plan A, B, C, D, E, and F, G. Okay? You do. But you got to have enough time devoted and invested and committed until you see the results that you want to see. I was just talking to my niece the other day about leadership and how you can't be a leader if every time it gets hard, you want to quit. That's not leadership to me. That's not. What is, when it gets hard, what makes you keep going, Miss Brenda, in this business? Let's talk about that. What makes you keep going?
Well, I am evidence that Social Security, hobbies, side businesses, baking skills to beat the band, or anything else is not enough to support my financial needs. Maintaining mortgages at 2 different properties in 2 different states, having queens that are growing up and needing more. Their parents are wonderful providers. They have wonderful jobs and incomes. But from a GMA's perspective, without a GPA, GMA need two more checks other than 8. And it's going to always be that because the economy is getting worse, not better.
That's it.
And I put in the chat that when you were talking about people knowing that they need more income, I wrote down that is everyone who knows that today they're not getting paid what they're worth. And if you know that you can't handle it on 100%, don't retire, go to Social Security, because then you're going to get 40% and use 60% worse than you are today.
Y'all better listen to those numbers. What about you, Wani? What do you, when it gets hard, why do you stay? What makes you stay?
Their residual income.
That's it, because you know it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
And it gets hard. It's not easy. It gets a little, I won't say it used to get frustrating to me, but then also I plug in motivational, inspiration morning vitamin. I have DF Russell, my director. I have Miss Brenda. I can plug in Miss Tracy, Dr. Joy, Minister Aisha. When it gets rough like that for me, I could tap into them or call them, say, hey, what's going on? I need you. And Minister Aisha is going to be the first one that's going to pray. She have done it. She's going, you guys will call a fast. Okay, what's going on? Let's do this. And so all those different things is what keeps me going, is because I have a team of women and men that is willing to support me. Like we always say, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. And that's what I love about this business and how everybody is willing to help each other and share and don't gatekeep when it do get hard.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, you guys, I'm going to encourage you. Hello, Pastor Delois. Good to see you.
Sorry, I'm down.
That's okay, but you came on here anyway, and that's what we've been talking about, just having that freedom. When you need to rest, you can, but when you're ready to work your business, you still can. Listen, you guys, I see some of you out there who are in business with us. Just remember this, don't sleep on your blessing, you guys. And we're going to show you what that blessing is tonight at 8 p.m. every Thursday night. We are here to show everyone. We're not going to be on StreamYard. We're going to be on Facebook, and we're going to be on Facebook Live. We're going to be on Zoom. I want you to contact me. Now, just like I got over 100 people contacting me about the job opportunity I shared earlier, this is different. This is a business opportunity where nobody can fire you. Okay, you're not being hired. You are making a decision to partner with a winning team. Guys, we are over 200 strong. We are here to help. We are in over 27, maybe I think even 28 states now. Doesn't matter where you are. If you are serious about needing more for your family, I want you to go ahead and shoot us an inbox and say, send me the link. And I will send you the link for tonight's Zoom so you can be on at 7 p.m. Central and hear how we are truly making a living while living. Minister Waniata Carter Foster, Miss Brenda Avant, and Pastor Delois. Thank you all so much for joining me today. We plan to be back here on a more regular basis. So you all stay tuned so you can hear how we're making a living while living. Miss Brenda, you going to close us out?
If I may.
Yes.
Not only are we looking at the small and medium-sized teams, you said you have partnerships with over 200. Our company is 100 123,000 strong.
Yes.
We are a debt-free company. You have 2 businesses, not 1.
Yes.
For the cost, for less than a Jamba Juice.
Isn't that
$2 a day.
the
You're sleeping on the wrong things. You're sleeping on life.
That's right. Well, you heard it. I don't need to say anything else after that. Join us tonight on Zoom, 7 p.m. Central, 277-973-9239. We will be delivering this information in detailed fashion, and we'll have a Q&A at the end. You all be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I hope to see you at 7. Bye-bye.